Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppets, carrying on with more Barley Wember beers, digging into the cellar. And this one I think I've had for quite a long time. I'm actually not sure when I got it, but I know that I got it from the ever so awesome Johan in Sweden. So thanks a ton to Johan for the beer. This is from OO Brewing. This is the bourbon barrel aged version of the long boil barley wine from 2019. Holy hell. 2019 vintage of barley wine, aged in bourbon barrels for at least a year, and then it came out on 13.4% ABV. So this is an interesting barley wine because it's boiled for a very long time. I can't remember how long. I think it's quite a few hours. It's probably not as crazy as some modern stout brewer or hype brewers, whatever. But I can remember when they talked about doing this, it was like, what? And basically, the idea was one malt and boil that for so long that you get lots of Maillard effect, caramelization, and complexity from just boiling for so long. So this color is from one malt, a base malt. I'm not sure if they changed that completely, but and then now they also have a few variations on barrel aged beers where they have some different barley wines where it's possibly different things in there in the recipe. But I think that's a fun idea, just boiling for a long time and you get this color. But I'm also thinking I haven't had this beer in a very long time, and I don't think I've ever had it barrel aged. But also, I'm thinking maybe it will be a little one note compared to layering with different types of malts. But let's find out. I think the first one was with Golden Promise malt, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Let's try it. Cheers. Great color. I was about to take a sip and say that's why I said cheers. But yeah, this is similar to some of the other barley wines we had. It looks like Coca-Cola, light Coca-Cola. I guess that's Coca-Cola colored, like a brown reddish hue. Yeah, it's a really nice, like deep red kind of shining through it, or burnt orange or something like that. Like it looks very nice in the glass, quite clear too, and the head was fizzing away really quickly, but slightly beige. Let's check out the aroma on this bourbon barrel aged barley wine. Yeah, it smells nice. It's quite nice to smell this compared to the others I smelled recently, just because one of them was barrel aged and the barrel was really muted. Here it actually smells like spirit. You can smell the whiskey. But you can also smell that it's been sitting for a bit because it's mellowed the barrel character a little bit. The barrel character will always be really explosive at first, and then it dies down a bit with age, mellows. So if a beer is like too barrel forward fresh, you can age it in the cellar for a bit to calm it down. And this is at the point where I think it's nice, it's forward, it's there, but I wouldn't age it longer either. So, but a great expression of bourbon. It's like fudgy bourbon. There is like that sharp kind of warming alcohol sensation without it like being boozy, but it smells like the spirit. Um, there's like charred wood. There's some vanilla notes. Definitely also like toasted almonds. And then underneath that, there's caramel. There is a little bit of a dark stew, dark fruitiness. There is, caramelized red apple. Like, it's interesting. This is one malt, and it smells more complex than the other two barley wines I had. That's just insane. I think that's a testament to time in barrels. Of course, also great process and everything. There's so many things. But, like, if you do barrel aged barley wines, they shouldn't be in the barrel for like 4 months. They need to be in there for a while just to create those like complexities, the oxidation, everything happening. There's a little bit of a breadiness to it as well, actually, interestingly. Caramelized sugar. It smells really nice. It smells like it's going to be potent, but not like crazy sweet and decadent. But let's give it a taste. Cheers, and thanks a ton to Johan for the beer. Oh, that's really done nicely in the cellar. Highly drinkable, well attenuated. It's not like crazy sweet. There's some sweetness, but not crazy sweet. In terms of a mouthfeel, it reminds me of actually kind of when Goose Island did the Bourbon County barley wine, and also like beers or Revolution barley wines. Maybe Revolution a little bit richer, but like it feels somewhat rich, but it's not like crazy thick and sludgy either. Like it has some dryness from I think both alcohol and barrel, without it being too much. This is really done well in the cellar actually. And what's interesting is the level of aroma was a little bit like, oh, I was thinking this is going to be a bit more like calmed, too calm maybe, but the flavor really makes up for that. It's like vibrant and very much alive and not very calm or dead to be and a jackass. Uh, that's how you do a barrel aged barley wine though. Like the bare minimum, something like that. The sweetness is balanced by hops in barrel. It's not like really sickly sweet. Like it needs to be something along those lines. For it just being one malt, it's really complex. And I guess that's the complexity you get of my artifact, and of course also barrels and time, with the micro oxidation happening in both barrels, but also the bottle. But yeah, really nice flavors. It follows through on the nose, with all that like the caramel, the fudge, that toasted almond, some of that vanilla. It's got like a little bit of that creamy, woody oakiness I sometimes talk about, like caramelly, woody, almost like custardy, woody flavor. Is really weird, but I pick up on that on these kind of beers. Caramelized red apple, like caramelized figs, like a really nice bright kind of. There's some brightness to it as well, which is nice, like barrel brightness, like that bright whiskey flavor. Um, and then there's like a little bit of spice too, which could be hops, but also the barrel. Some charred wood. Um, yeah, it's kind of caramelized red apple, those stewed kind of fruitiness, and then like the toffee, not as much like all the way into like really deep like pipe tobacco and stuff like that. There's maybe a touch of tobacco, but it's super light. It's not as rich as in bigger barley wines. But because you have like all these other type flavors, you get some more layering and you get some more depth, which is really nice. It doesn't feel too one note and just sweet, because that's what sweetness can do if it's not balanced somehow. It can just make the beer one note. And for being almost 14 or 13.5%, it's highly drinkable and well balanced. Like you can easily crush this on your own. Just a really well made barley wine. I mean, this is how you should do a barley wine, English style, at least. I think. Have I had better? Yes, but this is still great, for sure. Uh, really nice stuff. And the base beer, I've had that a few times as well. I've reviewed it on the channel if you want to check it out. I've even done a video at Brewing in Gothenburg, actually, in Sweden, quite a few years back now, where we did an interview when they just opened their own brewery, when they stopped doing brewing at Stibergets. But yeah, in terms of a grade for this one, 93, I think, 92, something like that. Which is really nice barley wine. It's not like upper echelon world class territory, but just really good stuff. Again, vibrant, alive. There's a lot of complexity. Highly drinkable for big beer, which is also a massive plus. It's not easy to make massive beers like this really drinkable. That's also difficult. So just as it's difficult to make small beers with lots of flavor. But yeah, it's really damn good. It's a joy to drink. If you love barley wine, I think this is something to check out. I'm not sure if they put this out every year in barrels. I'd imagine. I think they do. They do put out more barrel aged beer these days at OO Brewing than they did in the past. But nice stuff. If you guys had this one, specifically the 19 vintage long boiled barley wine in bourbon barrels, let me know what you thought of it. Thanks a ton to Johan for the beer. Finally cracked this one. You're awesome for supplying it, dude. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I want to say cheers and delicious barley wine. And see you guys in the beer review.